Welcome. This is Gary Salton, Chief of R&D and creator of IOP Technology. This video clip is a brief non-technical explanation of some of the ways IOP differs from the other tools available. One thing that is obvious is that there are a lot of assessment tools. These are a couple of listings pulled from the internet. Anyone wanting to spend the time can easily find many thousands more. The point of showing you these is to illustrate the futility of trying to compare IOP technology in detail to other assessments. No matter which assessment is chosen, someone would bring up another one. It's a circularity trap. Fall into it and you will be forever chasing your tail. It does not help much to confine yourself to MBTI, the most popular of the psychological tests. This is a listing of some of the different individual tests that derive from the Myers-Briggs instrument. Each one is somewhat different. If you choose to compare IOP to any one, someone will bring up another. As a result, some part of the analysis will not exactly apply and you are back to square one. What these observations mean is that all we can really do is to contrast IOP technology with these other tests in very general terms. This is an image of the IOP validity study. It is available as a book or you can read it for free on our website. It specifies the tests that were done on all 8, yes, there are 8, dimensions of validity. IOP passed them all at the 5% academic standard or better. By the way, the book was commissioned, paid for, and published by HRD Press. It is not a self-serving, self-published document. The book's author is a professional statistician who does work for the FDA. You may be taking some medicines that were approved based on his statistical safety analysis. What this means is that you can trust the validation of the IOP instrumentation. If you are doing large-scale work, establishing a common language is an important feature of any instrument. You want everyone to refer to the same thing when they are using whatever you taught them. One aspect of that language is that it cannot be threatening. IOP-style names were designed from the onset to be benign. For example, being an innovator is typically seen as a good thing. But what about a relational innovator? Everybody innovates. This style describes only one type of innovation. The same thing happens with all of the other styles. What this means is that no style is any better or worse than any other. It is just different. They offer no basis for either praise nor blame. To make things even safer, you will find that people using IOP will refer to themselves and to others by an abbreviation of the style. Hypothetical analyzer becomes HA. Logical processor becomes LP. This common practice further insulates IOP from having any threat. In addition, simple abbreviations increase the odds that the tool will be used in daily work. This is what we want to happen with the things that we teach. With IOP, this is exactly what does happen. Finally, a vocabulary has to last if it is to be useful. In other words, people have to remember it if they are going to use it to improve organizational effectiveness. IOP does last, and it lasts a long time. John Stepanek, the director of OD for Tampa Electric, showed this dramatically. He used IOP at the Polk Power Station to help them organize the plant during its launch. This was his only intervention there. He returned after 5 years. He found the people were still using the terminology and concepts to help them in their daily work. He wrote an article about it. If you want to read about it in more detail, it is available for free on our website. Larry Burnett, the director of O&D at Cummins Engine, did a less formal follow-up. He found that his line people were still using IOP technology to sort things out 18 months after his intervention. His story is also on the IOP website. What this all means is that IOP provides a firm foundation that can be trusted. People who have used IOP technology at different times, even years apart, will remember and can talk to each other about the things that you taught. This increases the odds that they will use it to solve organizational issues. As a result, organizational effectiveness is likely to benefit. Another feature of IOP is that it was designed from its onset to assess groups. Put up to 20 IOP scores into the IOP database, press a button, and you will get a definitive analysis on that particular group of people. This can be important if you have more than one consultant or trainer deploying a program. 2 or even more people analyzing the same group will get exactly the same result. The structural analysis is done by a machine. The consultant adds contextual elements and local particulars. This combination of people and machines produces a result of rich consistency. The group reports generated by the machine are robust. You can use the same IOPS scores to generate any or all of them. No interviews, no need for added surveys or tests. Just touch the button on the keyboard and they are produced. All are highly accurate and insightful in content. I have included a team culture report on this slide to show that IOP technology continues to grow. The report is real. It is available on a special request basis now. In the future, it will also be available at the touch of a button. A group is composed of individuals. While IOP's focus is not on the individual, in the course of analyzing a group, the technology must consider how the individual impacts the group. This gives a foundation for individual analysis. These are some of the individual reports that can be generated from the same IOPS survey that produced the group reports. Each one of them offers material insights on the subject it addresses. Once again, no interviews, no need for added surveys or tests, just a touch of the keyboard and they are produced. This can be important. Every time you ask someone to take a survey or test, you are imposing a cost on them. By using the same IOPS survey to generate all of these reports, you are minimizing the total cost of your work to the firm. It is both efficient and effective. As with the group reports, the individual reports are also growing. This is the new Emotional Impact Management Report. While addressing an individual, it is oriented toward the group. Emotional intelligence reports focus on the individual managing the emotions that he or she experiences. This report focuses on the likely emotions that a person causes as they navigate life. Once again, the report is real. It is available on a special request basis now. In the future, it will be available at the touch of a button. Once again, this shows the vitality of IOP technology. It will grow to meet future needs. IOP and the psychologically based tools like MBTI rest on different foundations. Psychological tools assess the reasons why someone makes a particular choice. This is one of the reasons that they ask how someone feels about something. They reasonably assume that that feeling will guide behavior. IOP, on the other hand, relies on information processing. It simply asks what you do. The survey is designed to give hard data on the input, process, and output parameters of the basic information processing model. IOP's focus is on what is done. What is done is what will affect the others in the group. Why it is done is really only of interest to the individual. The different foundations of IOP and the psychological tools like MBTI have important implications. First, they will not contradict each other. There are consultants that use both tools in the same assignment. They are not mutually exclusive. Secondly, they address different things. The psych tools offer a much richer analysis for the individual. There's usually a lot to talk about. IOP, on the other hand, can go much deeper into group processes. It can do this because it ignores individual detail. Also, information processing parameters can be measured exactly. This means that IOP can use more powerful mathematics. This gives IOP an advantage in group processes. The difference between IOP and the psych tools is really just the classic trade between scope and depth. Psych tools offer rich individual detail. This makes them more powerful in addressing individuals. IOP, on the other hand, ignores the particulars. It focuses on the factors affecting interaction. This enhances its ability to handle groups, but at the cost of losing individual richness. In final analysis, the choice of tools depends on what you're trying to do. And the choice is not even mutually exclusive. You can do both if you have the time. IOP is just a tool. You choose the tool to match the problem you confront. If your issue is managing group processes, IOP is a good choice. Thank you for your interest. If you want more information about IOP technology, please visit us at www.iop.com or www.oeinstitute.org. Both sites offer much more information and insight on group processes of all kinds. Thank you again.